Yeah, we're live.
Well, I haven't had nothing, but I'll go on it. But I ain't had nothing come up.
Yeah,
And it says it's waiting for Spirit Brothers.
well, we're on there, so
Yeah, it's probably behind. YouTube have probably got to look at it first, didn't they? Probably.
Oh, now I get a notification.
Yeah, same as UK Talk Show.
Yeah.
UK Talk Show. All right, so hi guys, Spirit Brothers UK. We're going to try something slightly different this evening, and do like a little talk show. So it'd be great if you guys can drop a comment or whatever you can in the chat. Obviously, it's absolutely fucking Baltic outside, so we've decided to stay indoors, stay warm, but still try and come and talk to all of you guys this evening. So yeah, so we'll dive straight into it. Paranormal.
Paranormal, mate, what we love doing.
What we absolutely love doing.
What was your first paranormal
experience? I think mine was when I must have been about, I'll probably say about between the age of seven to 8, and I lived in Thornhill in Southampton. And oh my god, every single night, a guy in a top hat, suit, lovely dressed, I would say 60s, you remember the old 60s people, and he would stand at the bottom of my garden and he would walk up the garden path.
What, you would look out your bedroom window?
Physically look out my bedroom window.
And see this person
walking up towards the garden path, and then I would physically, in my head, see him walk through the kitchen, and everything was in its place. So the cups, the bowls, the plates, the knives, the forks, the photos on the walls, and everything was in the place. And he would come in, walk up the stairs, stand in my bedroom door, and disappear. And it got to the point where my mum actually slept in my bedroom with me in bed.
So your mum knew as well?
Yeah, my mum knew of it. She never saw anything. She never saw absolutely nothing. It was just myself. And so yeah, she ended up sleeping in the bedroom with me for about 3 months, maybe 4 months, until we decided to move. And I've never seen anything of it since. And then I didn't really have any other paranormal experiences until I was probably around about 16, 17. I was driving down Allington Lane in Southampton, and I was with one of my ex-girlfriends at the time, and we was driving along, and there was a bit of fog, which she said it was fog. I said no, it definitely wasn't, because fog don't move like that. 2, could have possibly been a fire, but it definitely wasn't a fire, because there would have been more smoke. We spun the car around, come back, and it had gone. It absolutely vanished, disappeared. Went to bed as normal, and then the next day I went to speak to my mum about it, and she said to me she saw the exact same thing on that road when she was younger. Done a bit of digging, and there was a motorbike accident, and seemingly if you're lucky enough to drive down that road on Allington Lane at that specific time and day, then you'll see the remains of what the spirit of that person. So yeah, that was my first proper paranormal experience.
The fact is that you look out your bedroom window and see the guy, this person stood there,
and I can see him now. Now you mentioned, like, clear as day,
and you see him walking up the garden path into your house.
Yeah,
to the point you're looking at your doorway in your bedroom and you see him come up.
Yeah, he was smartly dressed, suit, top hat, really strong facial features and jawline and moustache, and I would see him every single night without fail. And bearing in mind, I was only a kid, so and they do say, don't they, that children are more prone to see things, a bit like animals. So yeah, that was my first ever proper experience of the paranormal, and I've had a fascination with it ever since.
That's quite an experience.
Absolutely,
really.
Ever since.
So never said anything, never did anything.
Never said anything, never did anything, never moved anything. Literally, the back door. So my bedroom window was facing the garden, and we had one of them tiny little metal fences at the back of our garden. And he would literally walk up along the old stone path, straight through the kitchen, through to the dining room, and then the living room and the dining room used to be separated by the stairs that used to go up, and then go straight up to the stairs, and the first door on the left was my bedroom, and then just disappeared. But it freaked me out to the point where, like I said, my mum and dad, they didn't sleep together in the same bed for months. My mum was in with me every single night just to help me to sleep.
So when did it stop?
When we moved.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that why you moved?
That is one of the reasons why we moved. Yeah, I think it played a major factor to the point, because obviously it was messing with my parents' relationship to a degree, because she was being in with me because I just physically wouldn't sleep. And then when I would go to sleep, I guess she would have got up and gone, because she was never there in the morning. She was always downstairs making breakfast and whatnot. So, yeah, mate, yeah, that was some mad stuff, mad visions and whatnot. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was 126 Byron Road. That's where we lived in Thornhill, over in Southampton.
Wow.
Yeah, I know some of the people that follow us are from Southampton, so maybe you've heard of Byron Road and that. But yeah, that house was different. Really,
because people say, to me that sounds like a residual haunting, because whatever was there before that house.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't an intelligent haunting, because, like I said, nothing would ever get moved.
No, because it kept happening over and over again. The same thing.
Yeah, it's on a loop.
Yeah.
It's on a loop. So it's 100% residual. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
But
let's see live chat on, see if anyone wants to talk into that.
So yeah, the live chat is available now. So if anyone does want to talk or say hi,
share their experiences.
We'll share your experiences.
We'd love to hear.
If you could just drop a little message, say hi, see if the comments do come up. I'm pretty sure we pressed the right button. But yeah, so yeah, that was pretty mad. And then, like I said, the Allington Lane one, that was a pretty dope experience to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? When was your first ever? What got you into to the paranormal?
My nan, really. There's a story of when I'm about 4 or 5, and my nan lived in a place called Popley, Ascension Road, and I don't remember this happening, but we went to go out the front door, and as my mum or my nan went to open the front door, yes, Liam, the bolts top and bottom just went straight across. Yeah, and he physically couldn't open the door. I was only young and I didn't remember it, but that house was definitely haunted, because my auntie, she said she saw things. Old people stood at the bottom of her bed, and my uncles, they had experience in that house. I never really experienced anything in that house.
Yeah,
but my nan always spoke about stuff that happened in that house. But my nan was into paranormal even back 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But my very first experience was at a house in Park Gardens in Blackdown. It actually happened to my brother first. So our secondary school was literally a 5-minute walk. So you come out of our house, go down the road, through the subway, cross the War Memorial, and then we was at school. But one morning we got halfway down the road, and my brother said, "Oh, hi Jason.
How you doing, Jay? You alright, mate?"
My brother said, "Oh, I forgot my books." So I said to my brother, "Look, you run back and I'll walk back." And by the time, so my brother ran off, and by the time I got to my house, my brother was up 2 houses. He was at Julie's at 2 houses up, and he was crying. But my front door was wide open, and I was like,
"What's going on here?
What the hell's going on here?" So I didn't bother going in, and I went up, and my brother said, he explained it. So in our old house, you open up the front door, go in the hallway, and the stairs was up on the right, and then you go up, you had the bathroom straight ahead, and my brother's bedroom was straight left.
Yeah.
And he said as he's gone into his bedroom, he's walked straight in, down to his bedside table, to pick up his books, and all he heard was running across the landing, and he thought it was me. He went, "Carl, was that you?" And this thing come running through the door and jump through at him, and he knew what I mean. Whatever this was. And some of my brothers telling me that at the time at the doorstep. So I was like, "Oh, let me go and have a look."
Yeah, of course.
So I went in the house, and on the bed there was a perfect imprint of someone laying on it.
Wow.
Like you could see the imprint.
Yeah,
on
like the
my
body
brother's-
shape and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Oh,
Like I couldn't see someone laying there.
that's
but there
that's
was
pretty sketchy stuff.
perfect imprint.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, like, because I didn't quite understand it, because I was, what, 12, 11 maybe? 12? Because I didn't quite understand it, I knew my nan was into it. So then my nan would, like, give me some of her books and I'd read into it. And that's how I really pretty much got into it. But my first actual thing of me seeing something was, I was probably 20 odds. And we lived up in a place up in Beggarwood.
Yeah.
And again, you go through the front door, through the kitchen on your left, stairs up on the right, living room, and then we had a conservatory. Go through into the conservatory, and then immediately left to open the door. And went into the garage. But in the garage was a wash machine and tumble dryer right down at the far end.
Yeah.
So I used to turn the light on in the conservatory, open up the garage door, go in down, and get my stuff out of the tumble. But I used to open the door with a deluxe paint.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know when like someone walks in and like walks in front of the light, it blocks the light.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like cast that shadow sort of thing, like just physically like blocks it out.
yeah, like you know someone's there, and I'm there down just getting stuff out the tumble dryer, and that happened like the light blocks, and I was like, and there's this guy just stood there, filled up this doorway, and I'm looking at it for probably a minute. And it wasn't until I literally went, what the fuck? Looked back, and it just turned and then walked away.
Yeah.
So that was my first actual real experience of seeing something,
That's crazy.
spirit, ghost, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I've just been hooked, majorly hooked.
Yeah. Like that's sort of like with me really. Like when I told my mum about the experience that I had on Allington Lane, and she paused me halfway through my conversation with her, and she actually finished my own story. You know, that was when I sort of started to get a bit more of an understanding that maybe there is more to life than what we know. You know, and whether
Absolutely.
you know, trying to. The thing for me, guys, was trying to get my head around what's residual, what's intelligent, stone take theory, you know, all the other bits and bobs that come with the paranormal. That took me a little bit of while to get my head around it all. So I think what I initially saw that day on Allington Lane was a residual haunting because it repeats itself. You know, I don't think there's no malice there. It doesn't mean to cause anybody any harm.
So that was the same with me. So when I saw that person at Beggarwoods block that light, I told my mum, and mum got a bit scared. So she got a medium into the house. And back in the day before the houses were there, it was farmland.
Okay.
And they reckon the medium got an old map up, and there was an actual barn where our house was.
Oh.
And he reckoned, the medium said the man that ran that farm was just going into his barn. It was like a residual thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it
So
wasn't
to him,
anything-
he's replaying. It's still everything's still there as it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
When he was alive.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
So
crazy.
so yeah, that was then. I was just like, right. So then my friend, Gemma at the time, my friend, she was kind of into it, but I didn't know it. But when I told the story, she was like, I'm well into it. And then that's when we started going on haunted happenings, and like this was like 15 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And we weren't like filming or anything. We were just going on to these ghost hunts. And back then, it was all old people. It was all sorry, I don't mean old people. It was the older generation. Because when me and Gemma used to go there, they'd be like, "Why are you young'uns here? Like, why are you into this?" And we'd tell them our stories, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, fair enough."
Yeah.
And then as the years gone on, you see more and more.
Yeah,
younger
because I
people
think
get
it's
into it.
starting now. There's more and more social platforms and stuff. I think it's become a little bit more accessible for all generations to get involved because it's so out there now.
Well, you got TikTok, you got everything, can you? So everyone's seeing.
Like every channel you click on the TV nowadays, there's always some sort of paranormal investigation going on.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I just want to put it out to the viewers that are currently with us. Jason, are you still there with us? Because I know that you've had some paranormal experiences before in the past that you've shared with me. I was just wondering if it might be a possible, if you would like to comment on the video about what you've actually
Sorry?
experienced.
Can you not join the live chat? Apart from messaging?
Not on this one.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, just asking.
And then what we can do, Jay, is and to anyone, hopefully, this talk show will take off quite well, and
Well, it'd be great if we can interact with more people
Yeah,
and they can put their stories across and we can have a
exactly.
good conversation about it.
know,
Because I think a lot of people have had experiences. They've
I-
probably
I-
not said too much about it.
Yeah,
They
I think a
probably
lot of
would like
people-
to talk.
they generally don't talk about it because it's such
It's not
it's
a
such
topic that will come up in a normal
it's quite-
conversation,
it's
is
a
it?
weird conversation to have with somebody, that you've possibly feel, because some people probably say, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, like it's made
you
up, it's
know,
not real,
yeah,
or
But in fact, it's I personally think, that, and I've been doing this long enough now to know that there is definitely 100% something out there. So Jason says, I have seen wires move in my flat without me touching them when he was on his own. So I think I remember a conversation that me and you had together, Jay, a long time ago now, about when that happened. And I believe I'm right when I say you believe that it was your old man that was coming to visit you in your flat.
so.
The wires
I've
moving and
heard
stuff.
from other people, like sometimes when you see something move in your house or wherever you may be, sometimes it can be a family member, a friend trying to get your attention
Yeah.
to let you know that they are there.
Yeah,
But
that's
obviously you're not going to know it's them because you're not
Yeah.
you're not a medium or you can't
Yeah.
how would you know if it's your mum or nan or cousin or friend? But sometimes I have heard they will do stuff in the house to make you go, oh, what was that? How did that move, or why was that put there?
Yeah.
Or so
Again, like I think when, especially if it's not causing you any physical harm, then it is just a form of communication for them to, let you know that they are about, and that they are watching over you, or whatever it be. I mean, if something started happening in your house that you really didn't like, cups flying across shelves, in smashing plates and stuff like this and that, and all your cupboard doors opening in one go. I would lean more to say that's probably some sort of poltergeist activity that maybe might not be that pleasant. Whereas physically, just your wires moving in your flat, or you might get a weird little knock or whatever. I think that's just them letting you know that it's okay, they're okay, and,
absolutely.
and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, I've never had anything in my house ever actually move. I've had like weird feelings of like maybe there's someone walking up the stairs, or when we was in the old house that me and the wife lived in, when we saw this, we both saw it actually, was this blue sort of light which come across the radiator and moved across the bedroom. That was pretty bizarre. that was pretty freaky.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But again, I don't, it never come to anything. Our covers wasn't being pulled, and we wasn't getting woken up in the middle of the night and stuff like that. But it's definitely, I feel as though loved ones, family members, friends, they can just come and go and travel, and they're just letting you know that everything's all right. It would be interesting to know, Jay, as well. I'm not sure if you know or not whether your flat lays on ley lines at all. I'm not quite sure how they were built, the blocks where you live, because I think again, that can have some sort of impact on certain locations, is ley lines.
Or anything can come in, can't it? On a ley
Yeah,
line,
I mean,
you know?
for those who don't know what a ley line is, so it's said that ley lines are, it's basically the motorway for spirits to travel to and from. There's actually some mad great locations in the UK that ley lines are built on, like the ancient Ram Inn. That's built on ley lines. I'm not certain, maybe. Yeah, potentially. I mean, it is. You can Google ley lines in your local area and stuff, and you know that they might run through. But yeah, the ancient Ram, obviously, is built on ley lines, and I believe one of the ley lines actually goes straight through the centre of Stonehenge as well,
Yeah, I've heard that.
which is pretty, you
I've
know,
heard
pretty
that.
gnarly.
Just quickly, is Liam still in the chat? I come through saying Liam at first.
There's some
Just want to
paranormal
ask
experiences or anything?
if Liam has had any.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah, all right. How you doing, mate? Happy birthday as well for the other day. I just want to ask if you had any experiences that you thought that's got to be something, you know, that's not, you know.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, did I just see that, or have you actually seen a physical, you know?
Because it's tricky as well. Like I've been, you know.
Because I read does play tricks.
Yeah, of course it does.
Do you know what I mean? Something if you're tired or you've not drunk enough water, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, our mind does play tricks, but I just didn't know if there was something that that you may have seen or definitely heard. Because I've seen and heard loads of stuff, but you know, I'm a believer, so straight away I'm like, that must have been spirit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, what we do try and debunk some stuff on when we are on location.
When we are out, we've got to think, was that the wind?
Yeah, I mean, we're not
You know,
naive to think that everything that we capture is paranormal.
No, that's right. It's not.
But
It's only until you go, well, it could have been that, or it can't be that, can't be that. Then you go, it might be paranormal. Then.
Yeah, like is that window open, or is that too close to an electrical appliance, or you've got to try and be, you know, you've got to use your noggin a little bit in what.
Yeah, because not everything is paranormal. So,
but when we get proper responses, you know, on point responses,
turn it on. Just turn it on.
No, it's going to chat to Linz.
Oh, just chat.
like,
yeah,
but yeah, like one of the last locations that we went to. Thanks, mate. A little girl running around my house a couple of years ago.
What?
Hi, everyone. Hey, Jonathan. How are you doing, buddy?
Hi, crossover.
Well. Hope you're doing really well, Jonathan.
So, Liam, you physically saw a little girl running around your house, because that's quite.
That's bizarre.
That's crazy, dude. Honestly, that is crazy. To see a little girl physically running around your house, that's quite
cool.
Scary, mate. Definitely quite scary. I mean, how would you feel if you saw something running around your house?
I think a few years ago, I would have probably, ran away and be like, what the hell is going on? I think now, if it happened to me tomorrow, my first instinct would be, where's my K2?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You know, get the REM pod out, get the sensibles out and stuff. But no, that's a pretty mad experience to physically see a child walking around your house. I'm wondering, did you ever try and document any of it? Like maybe set up a camera or to see if it happens again? Because I know a lot of the time, a lot of these shows that I watch anyway, they try and put, I don't know, maybe put a dash cam at the end of the hallway or set up their mobile phone and leave it running all night and stuff like that. And because it'd be interesting to know if it's happened again, you know, or if it would ever happen again. Are you still in the same house?
I know Liam quite well, and he's still in that same.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For a few years.
Yeah, maybe so.
But it is quite an old area that he's in, like the block, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's quite an old. It's probably been there 50 years.
Oh, okay.
More than
So maybe there you go. Mrs. just
Yeah.
said more than that. It told my mum that everything going to be okay while she was going to sleep.
How bizarre.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
How mad is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
So not only you saw it, your mum saw it as well.
That's mad. So again, like I would say that's probably
That's more.
intelligent.
That's more intelligent
than
because
residual.
it's actually
Physically,
telling you
yeah,
it's going to be
everything's
okay.
going to be all right.
Wow.
That's pretty mad.
Thanks, Liam. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
It's pretty
sharing
good,
that with
mate.
us. Yeah.
Pretty scary, but still
Yeah,
pretty
it
good.
is, yeah. If you ever want your house investigated,
Yeah.
No, that's a mad story. Jonathan, I was just wondering, Jonathan, are you still in here with us, buddy? Do you remember you had a video with some at Longleat House walking down the stairs and down the hallway and back up the stairs? Oh, Jay, yes, I do. I was with Lindsay, and we took the kids to Longleat, and
Oh, right. So she was trying to say that it's going to be okay for your nan, Liam.
that's mad. Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool actually. That's quite nice in a way.
Yeah.
You know, because
But
that's
still, at the same time,
yeah.
to experience that, you know, it's.
But yeah, so Jay, sorry, yeah, Longleat. So yeah, I forgot to say we was on a day out with the kids. We took them to Longleat, done the safari and stuff, and afterwards she was like, "Oh, should we go?" She spins, hi, hello. She said, "Oh, should we go and have a look round the house?" So we went into the house, and I was just getting my phone out, doing some filming and whatnot. And I think I might still have the footage actually, Jay. So if I do have the footage, I will try and transfer it over to this phone and pop it up on YouTube for everyone else.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We caught a shadow walking up the stairs from the light. Do you remember?
what,
We was
Longleat?
yeah, Longleat. Yeah, it was quite bizarre.
Yeah, because that house is really old.
Yeah, that house is like 300 years old or more. And yeah, there was a shadow, clear as day, come downstairs.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you were just filming.
Yeah,
all
I
the
was just
pictures
filming
on
all the
wall and
artifacts
everything.
in the, you know, the really old
Have you been to Longleat?
photos and stuff like that.
Amazing,
And
man.
yeah, it was really
been there.
bizarre.
It's so expensive.
So
though.
yeah, thanks.
That's
Jay,
why I've
for-
never been there.
for reminding me
You
of
can't
that, mate.
afford it
Because
anymore.
yeah, I appreciate the little trip down memory lane. Then, Jonathan, I was going to ask, are you still there? About your experience that you had on one of your locations not so long ago at the bridge, actually, involving that armchair and stuff, and the thing that you felt going back and forwards across the road. Just wondering if you would want to share that with anybody on here, because that was a mad little location that you guys did over there. Yeah, so I've been following crossover now for some time, and they've done a location at a bridge out in the USA. And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was like 30 people or something that were murdered, executed on this bridge. Yeah, like men, women, and children.
What?
I'm not quite sure how or why, or whether it was gang related or whatever, but they was doing an investigation over there the other week, and there was some pretty weird stuff happening. You know, noises going backwards and forwards from the stuff.
I mean, there'd be a lot of angry,
yeah,
sad,
like
you know, spirits.
yeah. Oh, of course,
Because they,
yeah,
you know, they lost their lives. You know.
yeah. That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was mad. But
She spins. Hi.
hello.
Have you got any experiences you would like to tell us, to share with us? I think most people that are into paranormal have kind of got an experience.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
I think 90% of people who watch paranormal documentaries or read about it or anything,
they've had something
they've
happen.
had something happen for
And
them
that's
to
why then they get into it.
Yeah, 100%. Like me and Carl, we've done probably what 50 locations, getting on for at least. I know some of them we've revisited.
I've done. Me and you, we've done a lot, but then I did a few years and years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we become friends and before we become Spirit Brothers UK, Carl was doing investigations way before we met. So
like 15 years ago, easy.
Yeah.
Something
So
like that.
I'm was it you was telling me was it marbles or pennies or something? One of
the stone.
The stone
down in the dungeon.
In the dungeons in London.
It was the old rag school in London. And we had a couple of things happen there. But yeah, we got asked to go down into the dungeon. So it's only one way in, and you go down like a spiral, like brick steps.
Yeah.
And there's no windows down there, there's nothing. There's only one way in, one way out. And we're calling out and calling out and calling out. Nothing happened. It was only until we went, all right, let's go. Then all of a sudden, this stone got thrown and it hit me on the foot. And I put the torch on, I've looked down and I'm like,
where the bloody hell's that come from?
Yeah, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So we like literally just looked around with a torch, and of course there's nowhere, no one can come in, unless they come down the spiral staircase.
Yeah.
And so Gemma was like, well, throw it back.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so I picked it up, threw it back, called out, nothing. And it was only until again we went, oh, let's go, it come back again.
Yeah.
So it was like trying to get our attention,
Yeah,
but didn't want us to leave.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, that was quite.
So Jonathan says, we think that it's a spirit that is attached to the chair and is now calm and let us talk with them now. We get so much stuff there. So yeah, like I was watching there live and there was something going on every couple of seconds. There was something going on.
Sorry guys, my dog's decided to have a barking fit.
There'll be a cat outside the front door.
He'd be upstairs, the cat.
Bless him.
Yeah.
So, but that was like us, wasn't it? When we was
The cat's me own hungry.
where was it we went? I'll wrap my brains here for a second. The first tune that we went, West Kennet Long Barrow, up on the hill.
Yeah.
We had the stones up there, didn't we? So we've been to that location four?
I think it's 4 times.
4 times now.
Because every time we've gone there, it
just kicked off for us.
Stuff happens.
Actually,
and we even caught the stone being thrown on camera when me and you was outside.
Right. Yeah. So what we do is sometimes, obviously, we're there quite a long time. So we'll leave the camera rolling. We'll bugger off and have a cup of coffee and a recharge. And it's on one of our videos. I think it's called a paranormal attachment. We named it. It was one of the earlier seasons, and there was a stone just went across, didn't it, on the floor, rolled across the camera. Mad as anything.
And at that point, you can hear us outside, way behind the camera. So, people might say, "Oh, it was you guys from behind the camera." It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, we wasn't. We wasn't. And like we say to each other all the time, don't we? What is the point in spending hundreds of pounds on equipment, because let's face it, the equipment's not cheap.
It's not cheap. No.
And then you add in the fuel and all the hours of driving, food, setting up in that, to chuck a stone for a 10-second clip.
Yeah, like we wouldn't even bother going out. We'd just sit at home and do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? But then everyone's going to have to.
Of course, everyone's going to have their different opinions, and
do you know what I mean? So
like
you've got to respect what everyone says,
and that's fine, and everyone's entitled to believe what they want, and such is life. But
yeah, I just see Charles say something to her. That vaping.
Yeah.
It's got vape. Yeah, I just said.
I literally see you, and I look. Yeah. She's got vape in her hand.
Sorry, guys, I've got the wife over there. She's vaping away, and
Yeah, you vape too.
But yeah, that's a really, really good location. So if anyone's ever watching this who is from the UK and is into the paranormal,
Would recommend.
I would recommend you going up there and stuff.
I got pinched on the butt by a spirit there on my birthday.
So you pulled on your birthday there, Jonathan. Oh, that's great.
No, go on.
I've got to think. I know what you're going to say. I think telepathically, I know what you're going to say.
So
George Jarvis School,
right. So, Jonathan, you got pinched on the butt. Now we went to a place called George Jarvis School.
Gloucestershire.
Great location.
What a
Absolutely
place.
fantastic
What a place.
location. Now, Dad's got scratched quite bad. It was like, you can tell it was
I think there was like several markings there, weren't there?
yeah, it was quite.
It stayed on your back for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. It stayed on Dad's back for about 2 weeks.
God, that was so painful.
Like it was just weird. I just had a feeling that you had, because you kept going, oh, my back. And then you got to a point you were like, oh, my back feels warm. And then you were like, no, it actually feels like it's burning. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, let's check. Because I've seen that on other TV programs. Exactly how you described it.
And I've always seen it on different channels and programs and stuff, and I'm always thinking to myself, oh, surely that ain't. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit
much.
But when it happens to you, I mean,
Different, isn't it?
It's because it started off, I felt like a little niggle, and I thought,
all right, yeah, we'll read that in a sec.
yeah, and I felt a little niggle, and I thought, oh, I didn't think anything of it, and then it got a bit warmer, and then it got painful, and then it's on camera, guys. If you go and watch our George Jarvis live episode,
yeah, that's true. That's true. It was actually live, yeah.
Yeah, we was live at that location,
and it is on our channel.
It's on the channel, yeah.
So you can go and watch that now, and you'll see.
But you lifted up my top, didn't you? And there was
you can clearly see
red
scratch marks.
Yeah.
And you don't have any nails, so you couldn't have done it.
I'm always biting my nails. Shouldn't really.
I was nowhere near, and I don't have nails either. And the room we was in, there was nothing in it, so it's not like you caught yourself on something.
Yeah.
The fact is that you kept saying, "Oh, my back," "Oh, it's warm. Now it's hot. Oh no, it's actually burning. Oh my god, it hurts." And then looked, and then see that was quite incredible. Really,
it freaked me out. Not to the point where we left. We actually stayed, and the night just only got a bit more bizarre, to be honest with you. We decided to stupidly go and shut the door in a tiny little room. Then we went complete darkness, and a stone was thrown in that room. Two stones. Sorry.
It's one of those things. Like, I just wish we had a night vision camera.
At the time, it was fresh, weren't we?
Yeah,
we had a phone in a K2. We didn't have anything.
No, that was it.
But God, what a place! If you ever get the chance to go and check out George Jarvis School, whether that be just through YouTube or through a booking, I recommend it.
One time I was making a ham sandwich and saw a lady in a white dress with black hair. I was screaming and ran to my mum and told her. She said it might be my great nan. Oh my God! Wow.
But haven't seen or heard anything for years after that.
Wow. So you're making a sandwich. And you look, I know, to your left or your right, and you see this female in a white dress with black hair. That's quite a thing to see, isn't it?
Well,
in your own home.
I think the butter would go flying in my house, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would throw the butter at her.
Yeah.
But that is that's bizarrely, and that really is bizarre.
That's quite crazy. Really is crazy. Liam, why come you never told me these stories at work?
Did you recognise the lady? Is it just was it like a one-time thing, or have you felt anything like a presence since? Maybe not seeing it with your own eyes, but just felt, I don't know, maybe you sat there playing Xbox or watching TV and you see something at the corner of your eye, and like that's mad. Crossover Paranormal Society says, wish you all could come over and go with us to the bridge one time.
I wish I could as well, mate.
Never say never.
Exactly, never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never. And hopefully one day you can come over as well.
We've got some great locations.
And we've got some great locations for you guys as well to film at.
Yeah. Mad locations. I would love to take them to, the tomb that we went to, you know, bearing in mind that tomb's like 5,500 years old. You know, it dates back to like
I've not taken
3,500
to all the
BC.
tombs that we've done.
Yeah, Wayland Smithy.
Wayland Smithy,
Oh
because
my
don't
God,
forget what
that-
happened there. Every time I went to
with
pick
the
up the bear.
Yeah, with the bear. Yeah.
Crazy.
That was
Crazy.
mad.
So it was. Liam said it was behind me, and it did scare me. Well, I'm not surprised,
Yeah, I
dude.
can imagine it did, mate.
I'm
Like,
not surprised.
I think it would freak anybody out.
Absolutely.
I think even if I saw that today, that would.
Well, don't forget, in your own home, you don't expect it, do you?
Well, that's where you're supposed to feel
Well, it's
safest.
the most safest, isn't it?
Yeah, the safest place on earth is supposed to be your own home. So,
Liam, if you never thought about having a medium come to your house and
investigators.
not only just cleansing your house, but maybe the
Try and get to
medium
the
might,
bottom of the story.
yeah, maybe she maybe, or that person might be able to tell you who it was, and then you can put it behind you. Because, like you say, if you say it could have been your nan, then it's kind of all right. Once you know it's a
Yeah, of
family
course,
member, you
yeah.
know you're safe and
Yeah.
nothing's going to harm you. You know, that's the only thing that I would suggest. Really, is maybe get a spiritualist medium in and
Like cleanse it, or just
Yeah.
not even cleanse it really, because
But just give
ask the
you-
questions first to give you a bit of clarification.
yes,
Onto what is going on, you know, because I think, you know, like we just said, you know, your home is supposed to, you know, that's the most safest place.
yeah. See,
supposed
like
to
I
be,
said,
so-
that one time when I had that a beggar with, like my mum got a medium in straight away,
Mm.
and then when we knew what it was, we was like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, cool. You know, it's only because you don't know who it is or what it was. That's
Yeah.
when you're like, oh my god, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your mind just runs wild, doesn't it? And
Yeah, but that's all I would recommend, Liam. You know, get someone in just to give you more information.
Mhm.
Because, like I say, if it was your nan, you would kind of want to know it was your nan, wouldn't you?
yeah,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
would.
And then next time, if it ever did happen, you can go, oh, hi, nan, kind of
yeah,
thing, you
yeah,
know?
that's it. Yeah,
But yeah, that's what I would do.
yeah, it's
So-
definitely worth checking out, because, like you said, if it's something negative, then
They could,
they can get rid.
they can
You
cleanse
know,
it. And
and whatnot, and because we try and do it at the end of every location that we go to. We always do say off camera, you know,
well, we should do it one day. We should film it so people get to see.
yeah, see what we do afterwards, because we always say, you know, you are not to follow us. You know, you do not attach yourselves to us. You must stay here.
Yeah.
If you don't want to stay here, then follow the light.
Mhm.
And your friends and family will be waiting for you, because don't forget, sometimes people who have died, you know, they can get stuck in, maybe it was an unnatural, you know, they wasn't ready, physically ready to I mean, I can't imagine anyone's actually really ready to leave, but definitely, you know, there's got to be loads, hundreds of thousands and millions of cases where they're stuck. You know, they don't know where to go. You know, they're not ready to
And-
leave, and maybe do they know that they've passed over?
Well, some
That's-
mediums that
that's
I've
the
spoken
thing as
to
well.
when I used to go years ago with Gemma,
Yes, mate. Thanks for the advice.
But
No worries.
they do say sometimes they don't realise they're dead. That's why they're stuck on a loop residual. They carry on doing what they were doing day to day when they was actually physically alive.
Yeah, of course.
So they don't realise that they've actually passed over.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
but you do get some that know they're passed over. They're still residual, but they still just carry on doing what they were doing day
Yeah.
to day.
yeah,
You know.
definitely.
But yes, Liam, no problem for the advice, mate. That's what I would personally do if that was me. I would want to get some clarification on who that was,
It's definitely
if
worth it.
it's evil or good, you know.
I would like to know either way, because, you know, it
But
just
that's what
puts your
I'm
mind,
saying. Yeah,
at
put
rest.
your mind at rest. And I know Liam, he's got a little sister and he's got another brother, and so
Yeah,
for me personally, and it doesn't cost a lot.
yeah.
It doesn't cost a lot.
And maybe if you ever do, you know, let us know how it went, you know, and
Yeah, absolutely.
and let us know
Please
if
do.
anything ever happens again, or anything. I know, like, there was one location that we done recently last year, actually, towards the end of last year, was the cemetery down in Portsmouth. It was the Lunatic Hospital Cemetery, and
What, the Knoll
the Knoll Cemetery Hospital.
Yeah.
Hospital Cemetery, sorry.
Cemetery? Yeah.
And it's actually now a high class security hospital
That's the one, darling.
for for the mentally and criminally insane. So it holds some of the UK's worst
It is on the list.
offenders,
But it's subtitles done as a Spanish.
people that have
Yeah, I
got,
know.
you know, certain medical conditions in mental health
look
issues and
pretty
stuff
good.
like that.
Yeah.
But one story that got me was some of these patients, they actually have escaped the hospitals themselves and managed, however, have got out. But their first point of call is
They
go.
always,
They always
they're always
go
found
to
in
the
the cemetery, aren't they?
That is where they're always found, is in the cemetery, which I just find really bizarre. Now, this cemetery, it was purposely built to bury the patients that was in that hospital. There was nobody else was ever buried there, apart from the patients and a few staff members. But some of these patients, some of these graves have got like 3 to 4 people, and they wasn't buried what I would class as humanely. They was just a hole was dug, and they was chucked in. But yeah, the only reason why I bring that up is because we was talking about residual stuff and that. And you know, I find it quite weird that a criminally insane person who's got severe mental health problems, that's the only place that they go. They go there, and then that is it. So, excuse me, I just find it really weird. Really
Right,
weird.
next thing that I want to talk about, a favourite location. One of ours.
One of our favourite locations.
What's your favourite location and why?
I've
just been looking through our videos.
There is a few.
And I'm getting memories back of where
Yeah.
So
there is a few. I have got a few. I think one of my most memorable locations. I've got to go back to work. Have a blessed night, everyone. Yeah, thank you for stopping over, crossover. Appreciate you.
Coming in and talking to us.
Yeah, coming in and taking your time out to come and talk to us. Have a really good day at work.
Yeah.
And we'll catch up with you soon. I think, like I said, one of my most memorable locations is the one that's not far from here, which is Farley Wallet. For me, the reason why it stands out is because
the hanging church.
The hanging church, yeah. That is the only place that we have ever captured a full-bodied apparition on camera.
And it wasn't one; there was two apparitions.
The video is called The Hanging Church. There's a part 1 and part 2, and I'm not too sure what part we put it out in.
Is he just at the door?
You think Snoop's at the door?
But we slowed it down frame by frame, and you can clearly see two bodies.
You guys will be able to see it.
You can watch it, yeah. You can clearly see 2 bodies walking, and it looks like he's got his arm around, and they're walking out of the church. Maybe it's like they've just got married or something.
Yes.
And you can clearly see that one of them is slim build, and the other one, it does look like there's a flayed-in dress.
Yeah.
So go and check that out, guys. And to see with your own eyes what I'm talking about is I can't describe it as good as what you can physically go and see it as. But for me, that was one of my highlight, standout ever ones, and I would have to say George Jarvis School as well,
because of the scratch and
because
and the
of the
stones.
scratch and the stones. But I think there's so many locations that we've done together that has like just blown me away with how on point some of the responses that we've got. And
What reminds me about Farley Wallet, when you went into, because the tree,
the yew tree,
where the 2 kids were apparently found hung.
Yeah. There's a brother and sister who was hung there.
Yeah, and what got me on that location was we was in there, weren't we? And I walked out and I was like, dude, I've got to walk out. My heart feels weird.
And the next word that come
And
through,
the next word that come through on the spirit talker was heart.
Yeah, no, my heart. It said my heart.
There you go.
Yeah,
Like,
it said my heart on the spirit talker.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. It really was.
That was
some of the responses we get on locations, like it's
bizarre, you've
isn't it?
never, on any location that we've ever done since, you've never said, I need to step away. You know,
No.
so that location for you to say, I need to step away, and then the next word that comes through was my heart.
After I just said it,
that was like, yeah, that was a bit.
the other
That
thing
was
that got
so
me about
on
Farley
point,
Wallop was
so
when
on
your
point.
phone got knocked out of your hand. When you
During
were
the
sat on the bench.
we was doing the necrophonic session. That was mad. Yeah.
Obviously that's on video. That's on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, my
If you haven't
phone,
seen
my
it,
phone
go
went
watch it.
flying. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like away filming. Daz is sat on the bench. He's, you've got the headphones on.
So the point of a necrophonic, if you don't know what it is one person will sit there with headphones on, and they will have static noise coming through their ears. The other person is one away and asking questions quietly. And then
So you can't physically hear.
what
Because
you
A, I'm
are-
talking quietly, and B, you've got headphones on.
Yeah. And yeah, my phone it went out my hand. That was a mad day. What's been your favourite, like, out and why?
Shadows of Bellisnat,
Mm-hmm.
like we did a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've never seen
late
shadows
last year.
like that.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
that was great.
I wasn't scared. It
I was when I turned around with that phone.
You want to see his reaction, guys? Go watch
Jesus
Shadows
Christ.
of Bellisnat.
Oh my god, did I jump? I've never
Is,
jumped so much in all my life.
it is great, but to the point.
Is it season 3, episode 10?
Yeah, season 3, episode 10. Shadows of Bellisnat is called. It
Oh
was
my
just
god, I jumped.
not a lot really happened.
Yeah, it felt quite flat, didn't it, that place, until we went round to the main entrance.
To the main entrance, but the entrance isn't there anymore. But you can tell it's the entrance because the way the walls were.
Yeah.
You can see that a stone had been put in front of the doorway.
Purposely put there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But those shadows, I've never seen anything like that.
Anything like it. And the thing is when we were saying, look, the shadow's going from point A to point B, the K2 was going as the shadow approached it.
And towards the end, it was like, it was moving, and then it split into two.
Yeah, and then
it was moving, and it just...
Because we didn't know where to put the camera, did we? Because the REM pod was going behind us, the shadows were going in front of us, and behind us was just open fields and trees. There was, we've only ever taken
nothing that could have put them shadows on that wall.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's we always go alone.
And it changed shape. At the minute, 1 minute you could see like shapes just moving, and then towards the end it looked like a bird.
Yeah, but didn't you even step in front of the light to see if it?
Yeah, we tried to debunk it.
Tried to debunk it, but we just physically couldn't.
No,
it was that was pretty bizarre.
I've never seen shadows like that.
That was a fantastic location, and I would love to go back.
I would love to go back.
I would love to go back and do that.
Oh
God,
it was
a
went,
trek, wasn't it?
Oh my god,
my life!
It was an absolute trek to get to, but it's so worth it.
It's like a mile away from the park,
uphill,
and it's like that all the way. And we both vape. And by the time we got up there, I think we didn't start filming for about half an hour because we was just trying to get our breath back from walking up the bloody hill.
But that's been my best location for that reason only, because I've never seen anything like that.
And
ever.
We've never had anything since or before, had we? Neither.
Not shadows.
Not shadows. Never.
No.
Never ever have we had shadows.
No.
That was a really, really bizarre location. I think one of my other good locations, just for the sheer history of it. I know we didn't get anything, but it was the ancient Ram Inn, just because of how
it's so documented.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Everyone
it's worldwide,
all over the world knows about that place. I think the only thing we did get was the face, didn't we? We got the face in the pram.
And that's on the channel as well, guys. So go check that out if you've not seen it already.
There's reports of like succubuses and incubus and stuff like that.
Really, really.
I'm hoping that
dark stuff.
Later on in the year, we can maybe book that place again.
Well, there is plans,
and go live from that location. And I mean that would be pretty awesome to go live and show you guys around that place.
Oh, it's a fantastic location.
You see it as we see it, sort of thing. That was a really good location to do, and I really did enjoy that.
Yeah,
that place.
So we've just done our favourite locations. What's been your worst location? As in scared or didn't want to be there, wanted to leave? You know, not because not a lot happened, because we do get locations where not a lot happened, but
Yeah.
you know, it's just the way it is. But what's been your,
I think
oh my God, kind of location?
the most scared I've ever been was probably Bearish Nap, just because of my reaction on the camera.
Because of the
No,
footsteps running behind you.
I physically know 100% categorically, you know, and I will maintain it until the day I die. There was someone to the right of me, and as I panned the camera around, I just got this almighty feeling in my gut, and I'm not gonna lie, I screamed like.
He doesn't normally.
I'm
like,
not
when
normally
stuff
like
happens,
vocal like that, but
he doesn't normally.
it sounded like someone grabbed my together and I screamed, mate. That place.
Yeah, that's the first time that I've really thought, "Are you
Then-
all right, Dad?"
yeah.
You know.
But I would say that the other place that I felt quite uneasy in, but I really enjoyed my time there, even though nothing happened, was the tunnels.
Right. So I was going to say the place that I've been most scared was probably the abandoned hospital World War II tunnels.
Yeah, that was
Because you just didn't
that was
know,
just
because
a
we had
labyrinth.
to crawl through this tiny little hole in the woods.
It's like crawling through a post box.
We had to crawl through this hole in the floor that was in the middle of the woods, and it's like, obviously we're there, pitch black dark night, and we had to crawl in, and it's tunnels, and they just go that way and that way.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, it always felt like someone was waiting for us around each corner. We just didn't know what was there.
Didn't know what was down
No, I
there.
know we go to all these other locations. We all sit there, you know, we don't know what's there.
Yeah,
we don't
of
know
course
what's in
we
the
don't.
middle of the woods. We don't know who's going to jump at us. But that, I really felt.
I think it's because it was so dark.
Yeah.
We both knew for a fact that we had no signal on our mobile phones. We was however deep underground, and it was confined space, and it just went. I think if I remember correctly, they said if they stretch all out together, it ran for, I can't remember how many miles it was, but it was a long distance.
So yeah, like I say, even if we didn't get much there, it was probably the most scariest place that I've been.
By far, I think for me as well, that was. I mean, it was just there was no air. It was dark. It was cold. It was damp. And like you said, although nothing was really kicking off, because of where you physically are, you're in the middle of this tunnel. You've got a mile of tunnel that way.
You're
got a mile of
underground.
tunnel that way. You know,
it's just
you can't see your hand in front of your face. I think for me that place was one of the spookiest.
100%.
I think one of the other locations, and you guys probably laugh at home now, was when we done Groveley Woods, and we didn't know that it was a deer making them noises, because I'd literally not 2 minutes before asked for the Shadow Man or whatever it was, the kryptonite that's allegedly supposed to be out in these woods. Then these deers started making their mating called in noises. That was pretty gnarly.
It
sounded
dinosaurs.
Demonic, didn't it?
Do you know what I mean? You know.
That was pretty hardcore until we found out it was a deer.
Oh, honestly, Liam, you need to watch it. It was like the noises when you hear it. It's like what?
It just stopped us dead in our tracks, didn't it? You know, we were filming and talking, and then we were just staring at each other like, "What the hell do we do now?"
Yeah,
like, you know, we've asked for it. Is it going to come and take us away?
we were frozen, weren't we?
Is the last thing I see is Cole's legs being dragged off somewhere, and do you know what I mean? I've got to take his trainer home, or whatever it would have been. But to find out it was a deer, and then to find out how scared we was of a deer calling out, it made me feel this big. But what a location though! That was some on point stuff, wasn't it? In there with the bear and the red pod and stuff.
Yeah,
you know. And what was it that come through on the spirit talking when we asked? I can't remember what we asked now, but it indicated that there was three. The three sisters were.
It was meant to be four sisters.
Yeah, the four sisters. Sorry.
So if you want to explain the four sisters, the witches, Groveley Woods.
So Groveley Woods in the UK, back in the, I say the olden days, witchcraft and all that sort of stuff was really, really big in the UK. Now,
But at the same time,
a lot of the UK didn't like
no, if you
what
were
they-
found doing witchcraft or anything like that,
they were
you was
killed. You were done for.
yeah, you were done for.
So these four sisters allegedly practiced witchcraft and anything and everything that's associated with it. They come over from Denmark.
Yes,
I want to say, yeah, they come
I
from
think it was
Denmark,
Denmark. Yeah.
come to the UK, and then some sort of illness broke out in the local area, which killed a few villagers. Now, the villagers were like, well, it's these four sisters, you know, they've come from Denmark, they're practicing witchcraft in our village, you know, they're done for. So they all got dragged out into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
They were separated, and unfortunately, they were bludgeoned to death.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all that stands there today is this tree. Now, we only found one of these trees, but allegedly there's four. One of them has actually fallen down due to storms, but it's said that these trees was erected because the bodies was buried.
It's to mark where these four
At that
sisters were
spot.
buried. Yeah.
So we decided to take it upon ourselves to go and investigate there, and after an hour and a half of walking through the woods,
It was a trek.
we finally come across it.
It was a trek, wasn't it? Grovey
And
Woods.
it was
was
so
such
so
a
on point.
track, yeah.
The stuff that happened all night there was amazing. We actually took a gift, didn't we,
Mhm.
to stay safe and whatnot.
Because people have reported, haven't they?
Yeah, like a peace offering.
leave the sisters a gift.
Yeah,
Tell you what, there was
because there was
active,
reports.
Yeah.
You
so
were
active.
Yeah.
telling them about the reports of the soldier
Oh,
when
so
they were up there.
yeah, so the army were training in the woods, and he's laying down and he's looking through the sights, and he just sees this not shadow, but it's like a black figure, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
So it is kind of a shadow.
they reported like a 6 foot black figure.
Yeah, and
So
he's got it in his sights, and he's following it through these woods, the Grovely Woods, and he's just following it and following it to the point they get up and go and search for it,
mm-hmm.
and they get there in this area and they can't find nothing. They can't find nothing whatsoever. But the guy is quite reported online.
Yeah.
Anyone can look it up. But yeah, he was
petrified.
Yeah.
Absolutely petrified of it.
Yeah. And we went.
Yeah,
went there and
we decided to go there. Yeah.
stupid o'clock in the morning.
And then you started saying about skinwalk, and all of a
But,
sudden we had these horrific sounds,
Yeah.
and we shit ourselves.
But we would like to go back there this year, maybe, and try and find the World War II bunker.
Yeah.
This year, because it's quite local to us, Grovely Woods. It's only 45 minutes down the road, maybe
it's
an
not
hour
far.
at the tops.
It's not far.
But there's like World War II bunkers out there, which are allegedly haunted and stuff as well. So that would be, I think we've got some good locations to maybe look forward to this year. Maybe like Racton Ruins, the bunker, and maybe going to Grovely Woods and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is other locations.
Yeah.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Windy. Hi, yeah.
So, what location surprised you the most?
As far as activity,
Yeah, or anything you got there in, but yeah, activity, I'd say. You got there and didn't really think much because it didn't look much.
for me, I would probably have to go back and say the tomb again, the very first tomb that we did, because literally, guys, you walk in and it's not very big.
The thing is, where it is on top of this hill, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh,
like you got all the farmers' fields around.
We got up there before the sunset, didn't we?
Oh,
it
was stunning.
It was gorgeous.
Honestly, it's a great place to go.
Yeah,
it is a great place to go.
But for me, yeah, like I didn't think. I knew it was reported to be haunted, and I knew that it was 5,500 years old. So we may have had a little bit of luck, but we always try and go with an open mind. You know,
You have to.
But to capture a stone being thrown at us, and then when we wasn't even in the tomb, we just left the camera in there, and the stone bloody flew across the camera.
Yeah.
You know, that for activity for me, that was pretty gnarly. I really did enjoy that place. And then I would have to say Wayland Smithy too. because the bear, the REM pod, the K2s, the sensibles, everything lit up. It was like bloody Christmas. Everything lit up, and obviously Carl was, we wanted to try and reposition some of our equipment, and every time Carl went to grab the bear, the bear would go off, and the bear was basically giving him the thumb, the two fingers, saying and
My bear.
yeah, it was winning it every single time.
Yeah. What's that one called?
Shadows.
No, it's
no.
called Shadows of Better than that.
It was the Knife Killer, because we had the
Was Knife Killer,
Yeah,
part two.
the
Part one and part two.
part 1 and part 2.
The
yeah.
Knife Killer. If you ain't seen it, go watch it. 'Cause
That was
it was really great. I'm literally bending down to pick up the Ram bear, and every time I went to pick it up, the bear went off. It was like kind of almost saying, "No, that's my bear,"
every single time.
wasn't it? Great.
Now
location.
the thing is the REM bed that we've got, you physically have to.
touch
It's not like a REM pod where you
No.
go near it and it will beep. The
No.
REM bear, you physically have to grab its paws.
Yeah.
And Cole was nowhere near it. It was on camera, and that was pretty gnarly. And I would have to say as well, for activity would have been Shepton Mallet in the house cells,
Oh,
the 1600 cells.
absolutely
That was pretty damn.
kicking off, and then we had the stone go off in there as well.
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah, we had. Well, it was a stone or something was thrown in that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in a cell it dates back to the 1600s, and you have to crawl through what I could only describe as like a little fireplace sort of hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And you have to crawl in and stand up. But it's not much bigger to fit 3 or 4 fully grown men in it, and
Yeah.
you're like this.
It's a cell from the 1600s.
Yeah.
And it just kicked off.
But the K2s were going, the REM pods were
But
going.
the good thing about it was we had our camera going, and Hartley Seekers had their cameras going.
Mm-hmm.
So we both caught it on both different cameras.
Both devices, yeah. We
So
actually
that's the good
outstayed
thing
our
about
welcome in that room.
Yeah, we got told to leave, didn't we?
We booked to go there,
You jumped in it.
and
Yeah, this hand come through and grabbed my leg.
the owner from Shepton Mallet, some other people wanted to get into that cell and have a little look. We're all in there filming, and someone grabbed Cole's leg.
Made me jump, mate.
It was
jump on my
quite funny. It was quite funny. We caught that on camera as well. So that was pretty funny. But what would you say was your?
It's me. That surprised me. Phaedra. That surprised me massively.
Yeah.
So Liam, we went to a place in Oakley, which is in St John's Peace in Oakley. There's a little graveyard there, and we went there and we caught the best EVP that we've ever caught ever.
Never had anything like it.
So we was interacting with someone called Phaedra. Now Phaedra is
Danish
soldier from back.
Yeah.
1700s, 1800s.
So the Danish, when they invaded UK.
Because Oakley means.
Yeah, Oakley is Oak Sill in Danish.
Yeah.
So we changed the name when we took the land back off the Danish. So the Danish come here, and their boat got stricken in the Thames. So they walked from London to Basingstoke, and they ended up coming here to Oakley, and they fought the British, and they took over the land. And the people that are buried down there now, it is the Canadian War Memorial Cemetery thing, isn't it? Danish. War Memorial. And we had the name Phaedra come through on the spiritual. But at first, we thought, God, what's going on here? Yes, I remember that was one of my favourite ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so clear as day.
Yeah.
And we never had the word Phaedra come through before or after.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know what it meant, did we? To begin with.
So it was only until we looked it up.
We googled it, and it was Phaedra was a Danish name. So we've done a little bit more digging, and there was a soldier called Phaedra. We went to that place twice, didn't we? We've had Phaedra come through twice. But that EVP, my God, it's me.
Yeah, clear as day.
I mean, we've had knocks and whistles on EVPs.
Yeah, we've had breathing and all kinds of stuff on EVP, but this time
physical
clear
voice.
as day. you know, it's me. It was just incredible. Like I really didn't expect, because it's just a little cemetery. Like I didn't expect nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't. We just
Yeah,
done
I
it on
mean,
the off chance, didn't we? We were skint. We didn't know really where to go. We thought, where can we go? That's local. That ain't going to cost us an arm and a leg. We ended up there and ended up getting one of the best EVPs we've ever captured.
I think it is the best EVP.
Definitely. But I was just wondering, guys, if there's anyone here from the UK who's currently watching who have got any locations where they live that they feel like might be haunted, or has ever had any haunted stories attached to it, that maybe one day we can go and investigate and have a look. I mean, we found some amazing locations.
Yeah.
The trouble is they're 300 miles that way, and it's just, you know, by the time you get there,
Trying to find the time, you know, just, you know, we're working and stuff going on,
Just
you know,
general
with family
family,
and
yeah.
stuff. You know, try and drive that far, you know, it's quite a bit much.
Yeah,
But we will do it one day. It's always something to look forward to.
yeah, definitely.
But that's definitely in the future.
Yeah, like I said, like I really, my bucket list, like to do a paranormal investigation would be at a hospital.
Haunted.
To go and do an old abandoned hospital. That we only know of two here in the UK, and that's Lewisham, which is up in Liverpool, and
See what I mean? Miles and miles away.
correct
From us.
me, I think it was pronounced Blenley Path or something, and that's in North Wales. I think it's closer to Wrexham actually.
Right. Again, miles and miles
Again,
away.
it's, you know, you're looking at a 4 to 5 hour drive, then a 6 hour investigation, and it's a 24-hour period, you know, and nobody can stay awake for, you know, and drive safely that distance. But one day in the future, you know,
Absolutely,
we
definitely,
might be able to do
definitely
it.
in the future.
Definitely in the future. But yeah, it's our first year was eventful, wasn't it? It was really good. Like, it's really good active locations, and
Yeah, that would be a good spot for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. Think all the pain and, you know, because hospitals ain't nice anyway, are they? Even like ones that are open during the day, like
even to visit to go for a blood test, it's not.
that's
nice.
what I mean. It's hospital. No one likes to visit hospitals.
You know.
So yeah, definitely one in the middle of the night.
And I do know that the one up in Lewisham, they do still have the mortuary slab, which I would love to go and lay on. And,
So you're crazy.
And like, you know,
You're crazy.
see what, you know. I just think that the energy that place would hold would be incredible, absolutely incredible. But it's one for the future, you know. It is one for the future, and hopefully we'll be able to do it, whether it be this year or next year. We'll get to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, but I think, what's that, a wrap for this evening?
I think
I
so.
would say it's gone really well, you know. Carl, I've heard some stories about woods near.
Yeah, me. Soldiers walking up and down the paths at night.
Where's that?
What?
Is that Winklebury?
What woods, Liam? Hey, was there woods near Liam?
Rooksdown.
Liam, is that Rooksdown Woods?
Because was that part of the old hospital?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been telling him for ages.
Maybe we could, you know.
There's a woods that goes all the way round Rooksdown. The whole way round. That's haunted. I've been telling you for ages about it.
So does that start behind your friend's house?
It starts from Raybrook, yeah?
Yeah,
So
behind
you're
your
on the
behind your mate's
A339,
house, yeah.
and then you go all the way round by
Okay.
where the community centre is and by the hospital, basically.
Yeah.
It does a horseshoe round.
Okay.
Should definitely just go and check
I'm
it
telling
out.
you.
It's got,
Gemma's seen stuff from work as well when she's been walking the dog and things.
it's got to be worth a couple of hours of our time, isn't it, to go and check it out, considering it's that
Well,
local.
it's not going to cost us anything.
It's that
for a
local,
start.
you can walk it, can't you?
That's what I mean.
You
Park
know?
up mine and we just walk
Yeah,
over.
exactly. Yeah, that's a good shout.
No,
Yeah.
thank you, Liam.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, I think we're going to sort it out. So guys, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and do this.
So
We're going to try and do this every Sunday night. roughly the same time.
Am I cooking
Yeah,
roast dinners?
hopefully. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we'll be sat here with our roast dinner next week, guys. So yeah, don't mind me if I get gravy on my top. But,
Yeah, so
So I won't be letting Cole with the roast potatoes.
so every Sunday, round about the same time, 8:30, 8:45,
yeah,
we'll just come and go live and just that's by Fort Hill School.
Oh, I used to go to that school.
By Fort Hill School.
It was
Yeah.
really weird inside that school.
Fort Hill's haunted as fuck.
Yeah.
Because they've got a burial. There was a burial
Oh,
there.
it was on a moat.
But if you go
Maybe he's saying the woods near Fort Hill.
yeah, if you go and speak to Brad's, there's woods that go round.
Yeah, there is.
am I right
Is
in
there?
thinking that the skeleton that's in the Willy's Museum was
from there,
found
yeah.
at
Yeah.
Fort Hill?
It
Yeah.
was,
I
yeah.
believe
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely worth checking out.
But you've got Rooksdown Woods that are completely haunted, and you've got the
That's
Cactus
Dave.
I know.
And
Sorry, guys,
you've
if you do
got Fort Hill as well. You can't get into Fort Hill premises.
No, it's all
You can get
fenced
into
off,
the
isn't it?
woods.
Get-
If you
get
speak
into
to
the woods,
Brad's be able to tell you how to get to the woods.
Yeah, that'd be worth. Definitely. But yeah, so yeah, guys, what we are going to try and do is try and
Oh, he's gone
You
back
know,
out there. I see him
come
come
on
in, so I'll shut the door.
every weekend and just do a talk show, try and interact a little bit more and
And like you guys been doing tonight, just interact, just tell us your stories.
yeah, it'd be nice
You
to
know,
know.
it's good to
Yeah,
hear,
It
isn't it?
definitely is, and the paranormal, you sort of got to, stick together. It's one big happy family as it was in the paranormal, because it's just one of them things, and it's quite a niche
not-
subject.
Yeah, that's right. It's not
You
a
know,
topic
it's-
that you would just go out to a bar and go, oh, guess what, guys?
Yeah, that's it.
I heard some noises last night. So,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
People think you're crazy, but yeah, we're going to try and do this every Sunday.
Yeah, we'll try and come on.
Everyone
roughly
talk about the
same sort of
stories
time,
and what they've heard and
8-9
seen.
o'clock.
And like I say, if there's any locations that you think we should go and investigate,
Let us know.
let us know.
We'd be quite
We'd be more than
to-
happy to go and do it.
Definitely.
And then we
100%.
Put it up, and you'll be able to see what we capture.
Yeah.
If we capture
Yeah.
anything, because we're
Yeah,
not always
that's it.
guaranteed.
So
So
what we'll also try and do in the future as well is obviously whilst we're doing these is try and get guests to come on and share their experiences firsthand with us properly as well. Sort of like a split screen sort of thing. So maybe that's something to look forward to in the future. And obviously this side of it is new to us.
yeah,
But yeah, guys. So yeah, for now, everyone, I've hoped you've enjoyed your evening with us. Thank you so much for coming.
yeah. Thank you
in.
for joining, and
But yeah, for now, guys, stay safe and
Stay
stay
on the
on the
hunt.
hunt, and we will see you soon. See you later, guys. Thank you.